वेलकम्स यू। मैं रोहिता सिंह, हेड ऑफ डिपार्टमेंट इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग। तो आज के लेक्चर में हम डिस्कस करेंगे लेक्चर नंबर 14B, दैट इज सिंगल फेज फुल वेव एसी कंट्रोलर। ठीक है। सो इन द प्रीवियस लेक्चर, इन लेक्चर नंबर 14A, वी हैव कवर्ड द सिंगल फेज फुल वेव एसी कंट्रोलर विद रेजिस्टिव लोड। ठीक है। नाउ in this lecture we will discuss the RL type of load, that is inductive load. So we will take the load is RL load. Okay, this is first thing that we have to connect the RL load across the AC voltage controller. Second thing, in this lecture we will discuss the discontinuous current conduction mode. Okay, so the mode of conduction will be discontinuous current conduction mode. ठीक है। So we will take these two factors, that is the load is RL load and the conduction mode of current is discontinuous current conduction mode. ठीक है। So let's draw the circuit diagram for that. So here we will have two control switch. Suppose this is thyristor 1, that is T1, and this is thyristor 2, that is T2, like that, connected in anti-parallel. So this is R and this is L. So this is RL load, and this whole of the arrangement is connected across a sinusoidal AC supply, that is plus minus Vs is equal to Vm sin omega t. Okay. This is R and this is L. The output voltage will be taken across the load, that is V0, and the output current, this is I. Okay. So this thyristor is T1, that is T2. We know that this thyristor, this will be connected, T1 will be connected like that, this thyristor, because this thyristor will conduct during positive half cycle, and this is thyristor T2. See, this is T1 and this is T2. So during positive half cycle the T1 will be triggered, okay, and during negative half cycle the T2 will trigger. It means the triggering pulse will be provided to T1 at omega t is equal to alpha, and after positive cycle we will get, that is 2 pi plus alpha, because during positive half cycle during first positive half cycle is from 0 to pi. So we will trigger at alpha, and next positive cycle we will receive at 2 pi. So it will be triggered at 2 pi plus alpha. Similarly, T2 will be triggered as pi plus alpha and 3 pi plus alpha. ठीक है। ये आपको क्लियर होना चाहिए कि किस थायरिस्टर को हम कहाँ पर ट्रिगर करते हैं। ठीक है। अब देखते हैं यहाँ पर, देखिएगा कि हमारे पास जो इनपुट साइकिल है, यू कैन सी दैट इज द सप्लाई वोल्टेज, दिस इज ओमेगा टी, and this is the supply voltage, like that. This is 0, this is pi, and this is 2 pi. This is Vs is equal to Vm sin omega t, and this is the peak magnitude of the sinusoidal voltage. See here. So we have two positive half cycle. This is first positive half cycle and this is negative half cycle. So we will operate this AC voltage controller during positive half cycle as well as during negative half cycle. That's why it is called as full wave AC controller. ठीक। Then we will start number 1. We will take the different intervals. Number 1 we will take when omega t is in between, this is alpha to pi. See here, that is important. You have to understood these concepts very carefully. Now when omega t is between alpha to pi, suppose alpha is here somewhere, because we have to trigger T1 at omega t is equal to alpha. So alpha to pi we have positive half cycle. When this is positive half cycle, so during positive half cycle the T1 will conduct, because we are triggering T1 at alpha. But during positive half cycle T2 will be in reverse blocking mode. So we can write here T1 will conduct and T2 will remains in the reverse blocking mode. ठीक है। जब आपका T1 कंडक्ट करेगा, it means the output voltage will follow the positive supply voltage. ठीक है, मीन्स आउटपुट वोल्टेज V नोट विल बी इक्वल टू Vs, दैट इज Vm sin omega Cf. The current will flow like that. We are not drawing the equivalent circuit, just we are explaining that what will happen when omega t will be from alpha to pi. You know, at alpha the T1 will trigger and T2 will remain in reverse blocking mode, and when T1 will trigger, the current will flow through T1 load and the source. That's why we are supplying the energy from source to load. That's why the output voltage will follow the supply voltage, that is V naught is equal to Vs is equal to Vm sin omega t. For your simplicity, you can draw the equivalent circuit, then you can apply the KVL, you will get the V naught is equal to Vs. Okay. Now, what will happen when the current will flow through T1 through the load? In this duration, the inductor gets start to charge, or we can say that inductor starts to store the energy. Okay. So in this duration, inductor starts to store the energy. और आपको पता है जब इंडक्टर एनर्जी को स्टोर करेगा, देन आउटपुट करंट या इंडक्टर करंट विल राइज एक्सपोनेंशियली. सो आउटपुट करंट will rise exponentially from zero. Zero क्यों मान रहे हैं? Because we are taking discontinuous current conduction mode. It means at any of angle, that is omega t, at beta we know that it is extension angle, the current will be zero. So the current will rise from zero to its maximum value. So inductor current will rise exponentially from 0 to maximum value in this duration. ठीक है, and in this duration the I of T1, that is the current through thyristor, will be equal to I naught, that will be equal to I naught, but because T2 is in reverse blocking mode, that's why I T2 will be equal to 0. ठीक है, so this is all about for the duration when omega t is between alpha to pi. Now see here, we will see from pi to beta. This is angle beta. ठीक है, तो बीटा पर क्या होगा? सेकेंड ड्यूरेशन वी आर टेकिंग दैट ओमेगा टी इज इन बिटवीन, दैट इज पाई टू बीटा. मीन्स फ्रॉम अल्फा टू पाई द करंट विल इंक्रीज एक्सपोनेंशियली. ठीक है, लेकिन एट पाई पर क्या होगा? From alpha to pi the inductor is storing the energy, but at pi the T1 will try to commutate naturally, but this inductor will release its energy from load to source and it force T1 to continue in conduction mode. ठीक है, ये जब एनर्जी रिलीज करेगा अपनी, कहां से? पाई से लेकर बीटा तक इंडक्टर अपनी एनर्जी रिलीज करेगा. जब इंडक्टर अपनी एनर्जी रिलीज करेगा तो ये T1 को फोर्सफुली टर्न ऑफ नहीं होने देगा, इसको ऑन रखेगा. कहां से? पाई से लेकर बीटा तक. तो देखिएगा, जब हम पाई से लेकर बीटा तक की बात कर रहे हैं, इसका मतलब इस ड्यूरेशन में T1 क्या रहेगा? आपका कंडक्ट करेगा, फोर्सफुली कंडक्ट करेगा ड्यू टू द एनर्जी रिलीज बाय इंडक्टर. ठीक है, बट T2 क्या होगा? T2 को कैसी सप्लाई मिल रही है? पाई टू बीटा, दैट इज नेगेटिव सप्लाई मिल रही है, एंड इट इज कनेक्टेड इन एंटी पैरेलल. दैट्स व्हाई T2 will be in forward blocking mode. It will be in forward blocking mode. Why it will be in forward blocking mode? Because across this the supply is pi to beta, it is negative voltage. ठीक है, but we are not triggering yet T2, that's why it will be in forward blocking mode. ठीक है, so in that case T1 will conduct and T2 will be in forward blocking mode. ठीक है, now inductor releases its energy, therefore output current decreases to 0 at omega t is equal to beta. ओमेगा टी इज इक्वल टू बीटा पर आके ये करंट क्या हो जाएगी आपकी जीरो हो जाएगी। मींस अल्फा से पाई तक क्या होगा, अल्फा टू पाई द करंट विल इंक्रीज एक्सपोनेंशियली एंड आफ्टर पाई टू बीटा द करंट विल डिक्रीज एंड इट बिकम जीरो एट बीटा। ठीक है, बिकॉज इन दैट ड्यूरेशन द एनर्जी इज रिलीजिंग बाय द इंडक्टर and that's why T1 is not turned off naturally at omega t is equal to pi. It remains in forward conduction mode due to the energy released by inductor. ठीक है, लेकिन T2 आपका किस में रहेगा, फॉरवर्ड ब्लॉकिंग मोड में आ जाएगा। और चूंकि हम इसको अभी गेट पल्स नहीं प्रोवाइड करा रहे हैं, we will provide the gate pulse at this angle. This angle will be pi plus alpha. So it will start from pi plus alpha to 2 pi. So these are the two modes. That is when omega t is between alpha to pi and omega t is from pi to beta. Beta is called as extension angle. Now the third mode is now omega t will be, this is third mode, omega t will be in between beta and pi plus alpha. ठीक है, so in between beta and pi plus alpha you can see that T1 will get turned off. Since at beta omega t is equal to beta, the output current becomes zero. So T1 will be in reverse blocking mode. Okay, but T2 will be in forward blocking mode. ठीक है, तो जब ये फॉरवर्ड ब्लॉकिंग मोड में रहेगा, क्योंकि अभी हम गेट पल्स कहां पर देंगे, पाई प्लस अल्फा पर, इसका मतलब इस ड्यूरेशन में आपका जो आउटपुट वोल्टेज होगा इट विल बी इक्वल टू जीरो। ओके, बिकॉज दोनों स्विच क्या हो जाएंगे, आपके ऑफ हो जाएंगे और आपकी जो आउटपुट करंट होगी दैट विल आल्सो बी इक्वल टू जीरो। ठीक है, इन द प्रीवियस केस यू कैन सी दैट द आउटपुट वोल्टेज वी नॉट विल बी इक्वल टू वीएस, दैट इज, एंड करंट क्या होगी आपकी एक्सपोनेंशियली डीके होगी। ठीक है, so this is mode number third. So in that case V naught will be equal to 0, I naught will be equal to 0 and IT1 is equal to IT2, it will be equal to 0. Means all the parameters will be 0 as in case of omega t between beta to pi plus alpha, the T1 and T2 will remain off. ठीक है, now the fourth interval is omega t is in between pi plus alpha to 2 pi. It is from pi plus alpha to 2 pi. So at pi plus alpha the T2 is triggered. That's why T1 will remain a reverse blocking mode because it is negative half cycle. So T1 will be in reverse blocking mode and T2 will be in forward conduction mode. Means now the current will flow through T2. ठीक है, so I2 now will be equal to negative, so V naught will be equal to, that is equal to minus Vs. ठीक है, that is minus Vm sin omega t. ठीक है, you can see, and in that case also the inductor charge or stores the energy, but it will store the energy in the reverse direction, and output current will increase exponentially from 0 to maximum value. ठीक है, in opposite direction. ठीक है, means the current will now flow from in this direction because the polarity get reversed, this is minus, this is plus, the current will flow in opposite direction because T2 will allow the current from anode to cathode only. So इंडक्टर चार्ज तो होगा लेकिन अपोजिट डायरेक्शन में चार्ज होगा, करंट की डायरेक्शन क्या होगी आपकी अपोजिट होगी, दैट इज नेगेटिव होगी। मींस जो करंट आपकी इंक्रीज होगी एक्सपोनेंशियली दैट विल इंक्रीज इन रिवर्स डायरेक्शन, दैट इज इन नेगेटिव डायरेक्शन। Now in that case we see here that is I of T1 will be equal to 0 because the T1 is in
reverse blocking mode, and IT2 will be equal to I naught, that is equal to output current. ठीक है, so up to alpha to 2 pi we have completed most of the positive half cycle and negative half cycle. Now 2 pi is the last point of the cycle, that's why it can be considered as 0. Now the cycle will start from 0 and we have started from alpha, so the last interval is from 0 to alpha. So fifth interval is number 5th, when omega t is in between 0 to alpha, और इसको हम कह सकते हैं omega t is in between 2 pi to alpha. ठीक है, सो 2 पाई पर क्या होगा, जैसे ही 2 पाई पर आपकी नेगेटिव हाफ साइकिल कंप्लीट होगा, दैट T2 वांट्स टू नेचुरली कम्यूटेट, नेचुरली टर्न ऑफ, बट नाउ द इंडक्टर विल रिलीज द एनर्जी इन द रिवर्स डायरेक्शन लाइक दैट. सो जब ये एनर्जी अपने रिलीज करेगा तो T2 को ये फोर्सफुली कंडक्ट कराएगा, इसको टर्न ऑफ नहीं होने देगा कुछ टाइम के लिए. सो इसको हम लिख सकते हैं 0 से, बल्कि इसको हमें अल्फा ना लिख के क्या लिखना चाहिए, हमें लिखना चाहिए अप टू बीटा. सो हालांकि साइकिल आपका कैसा स्टार्ट हो गया, पॉजिटिव. जब पॉजिटिव साइकिल स्टार्ट हो गया तो T1 तो किस में रहेगा आपका, इट विल बी इन फॉरवर्ड ब्लॉकिंग मोड में आ जाएगा. बट चूंकि T1 को हम बीटा तक कोई गेट पल्स नहीं दे रहे, इसलिए ये फॉरवर्ड ब्लॉकिंग मोड में रहेगा. और T2 हालांकि पॉजिटिव हाफ साइकिल स्टार्ट हो गया है, इसको टर्न ऑफ हो जाना चाहिए था 2 पाई पर, लेकिन क्योंकि एनर्जी ये रिलीज करेगा तो इसको ये फोर्सफुली टर्न ऑन रखेगा. सो इट विल बी इन फॉरवर्ड कंडक्शन मोड. ठीक है, एंड आउटपुट वोल्टेज विल फॉलो द सप्लाई वोल्टेज, दैट इज प्लस. सो इट विल बी प्लस Vm sin ओमेगा t. ठीक है, क्योंकि पॉजिटिव हाफ साइकिल स्टार्ट हो गया है 0 से लेकर बीटा तक. सो यहाँ पर जो आउटपुट वोल्टेज है वो इनपुट वोल्टेज के बराबर, और इनपुट वोल्टेज कैसा है आपका, पॉजिटिव. और आई नोट क्या होगी, इंडक्टर क्या हो रहा है आपका, इंडक्टर अब डिस्चार्ज हो रहा है, इंडक्टर डिस्चार्ज हो रहा है आपका. ठीक है, जब इंडक्टर डिस्चार्ज हो रहा है तो आउटपुट करंट दैट इज आई नोट विल डिक्रीज टू 0 एट ओमेगा टी इज इक्वल टू बीटा. मीन्स ये घटते कहाँ आ जाएगी, आपकी 0 पर पहुंच जाएगी ओमेगा टी इज इक्वल टू बीटा. ठीक है, सो लास्ट इंटरवल वी कैन टेक फ्रॉम बीटा टू अल्फा. सो लास्ट इंटरवल इज number 6. This is omega t is in between beta to alpha. ठीक है, so this is the positive half cycle. We are here during positive half cycle. So at omega t is equal to beta, the current is 0. The current is 0 and voltage is 0. But beta to alpha, the T1 will be in forward blocking mode, because we will trigger it at omega t is equal to alpha. Up to alpha it will be in forward blocking mode, and T2 will be in reverse blocking mode. ठीक है, because it is positive half cycle. So in that case T1 and T2 both remains in off condition. That's why output voltage V0 will be equal to 0 and I0 will be equal to 0. Both the voltage and current will be 0, and therefore the switch current is IT1 and IT2 will be equal to 0. ठीक है, so these are the 6 mode of operation when we are discussing discontinuous current conduction mode. These are the very important steps. You should have to note down these steps, draw the equivalent circuit for each and every mode of operation, then you will get that these parameters are very easy. ठीक है, क्योंकि यहाँ पर थोड़ी स्पेस की प्रॉब्लम है, इस वजह से यहाँ पर मैं इक्विवेलेंट सर्किट ड्रा नहीं कर पाया हूँ. आप लोग एक मोड का इक्विवेलेंट सर्किट ड्रा कर सकते हो, देन इट दिस टॉपिक यू विल फील दैट इज इट इज वेरी इजी. ठीक है, सो वी विल ड्रा नाउ द वेव फॉर्म. Suppose this is omega t and this is the supply voltage Vs. So only we are taking a one complete cycle, that is 0, this is pi and this is 2 pi. This is the peak magnitude of supply voltage, that is Vm. ठीक है, and Vs is equal to Vm sin omega t. So we will draw from pi to a downward lines and from 2 pi. See here carefully. Now we will apply the gate currents or gate pulse to thyristor T1 and T2. Suppose these are the gate currents IG1 and IG2. ठीक है, अब मैंने आपको बताया था गेट करंट कहां पर प्रोवाइड कराएंगे, अल्फा और 2 पाई प्लस अल्फा. तो 2 पाई प्लस अल्फा तो हमारे पास है नहीं, बिकॉज वी आर कंसीडरिंग ओनली वन कंप्लीट साइकिल. सो द गेट पल्स विल बी प्रोवाइडेड टू T1 at alpha. So suppose this is point alpha, this point is alpha, and this is the gate pulse for T1 and this is alpha. ठीक है, this is pi. Now the gate pulse to T2 will be provided at pi plus alpha. So here we are providing the gate pulse to T2 like that. This is the gate pulse for T2 and this is pi plus alpha and this is 2 pi. Okay, so draw the lines from alpha and pi plus alpha to downwards like this is pi plus alpha, sorry alpha, and this is pi plus alpha. See, these are ठीक. Now we have to draw the output voltage waveform. So we will draw output voltage waveform. This is omega t. Suppose this is V0. We will draw the output current waveforms. We will draw output current waveforms. This is omega t. And in last we will draw the thyristor current T1. You can draw T2 in the similar way. That is omega t. This is I0 and this is I of T1. See here. We will start from alpha to pi. So in alpha to pi you can see this is positive half cycle, this is positive half cycle, this is negative half cycle. So during positive half cycle T1 is in forward blocking mode, T2 is reverse blocking mode. That's why at alpha T1 is triggered. That's why output voltage will follow the supply voltage and here supply voltage is plus. So in that way this is the output voltage. Okay. Okay. Now from here, from alpha to pi, the inductor current will rise from 0 to its maximum value exponentially. It will rise from alpha to pi. At pi, T1 wants to turn off naturally, but चूंकि इंडक्टर क्या करेगा, एनर्जी रिलीज करेगा in this direction, it will release the energy from source to T1. So T1 do not turn off at just omega t is equal to pi. It takes some time up to the inductor releases its energy. So suppose it will conduct during negative cycle like that. When it will conduct during negative cycle to supply voltage, and supply voltage is equal to minus Vs. So this is minus Vs up to beta. So we can increase this interval. This is beta. This point is beta. ठीक है. And from pi to beta, since the inductor is releasing its energy, that's why the current, we will draw this beta to downward like that. Current will decay exponentially like that. Current will decay exponentially. Now from beta to pi plus alpha, beta to pi plus alpha. So you know beta to pi plus alpha, the T1 is turned off, but T2 is also turned off because we are providing the gate pulse to T2 at pi plus alpha. That's why from beta to pi plus alpha, both the switches T1 and T2 are turned off. That's why output voltage and output current will be 0. So from beta to pi plus alpha, the output voltage will be 0 and output current will be 0. Okay. Now at pi plus alpha, the T2 is triggered and T1 in reverse blocking mode because this is negative half cycle. So the inductor stores the energy in the reverse direction. So output voltage will be equal to negative of supply voltage, means output voltage will follow the supply voltage, और supply voltage यहाँ पर कैसे हैं आपके negative. So in that case the output voltage will be like that. This is 2 pi. Now, in this case, when T2 is conducting, the inductor is storing its energy in the reverse direction. That is why the output current will increase exponentially up to 2 pi. It will increase exponentially up to 2 pi in the negative direction. See here. Now, the last moment is at 2 pi. We consider that it is the end of complete half cycle. Now it will start from 0. So from 0 to beta, this is suppose beta. At 2 pi, T2 should be turned off naturally, but inductor will release its energy in reverse direction. That's why it will not turn off instantaneously at omega t is equal to 2 pi. It will take some time up to inductor releases its energy. That's why the output voltage will follow the supply voltage. So here the supply voltage is positive. It means the output voltage will follow the supply voltage. This point is beta. And after 2 pi, the current will decay because it is releasing its energy through T2. So output current will decay towards 0 and it will be 0 at beta. So from here, this is suppose maximum value of current. The current will decay up to beta like that. So in that way, we have determined the output waveform and output waveform for voltage and output waveform for current. You can see here that IT1 is conducting from alpha to pi. It is conducting from alpha to pi. So alpha to pi, the thyristor current IT1 is equal to I naught. So alpha to pi, this is alpha to pi, it will be up to here. This is maximum. From pi to beta, the T1 is also conducting. So it will be the value of IT1. Okay, it will be the value of IT1 because T1 is only conducting from alpha to pi. Means this is T1 and this is T2. So this current waveform, this and this will be for thyristor T2. So you can draw similarly the thyristor current IT2. So these are the waveforms of output voltage and output current with thyristor current. This is 0. Now we have to determine the RMS value of output voltage. ठीक है? The output voltage की आपको RMS value निकालनी है. So now we can draw with this circuit diagram. So this is RMS value of output voltage. तो आप देख सकते हो यहाँ पर अगर मैं टाइम पीरियड की बात कर रहा हूँ तो यू कैन सी दैट टाइम पीरियड इज दिस इज अल्फा एंड दिस इज 2 pi plus alpha. Again this will be 2 pi plus alpha. So here time period is 2 pi. But you can see that for half of the time period we are getting this waveform. For the next half of time period we are getting this waveform. Means waveform are symmetrical. ठीक है, जैसे आपकी पॉजिटिव हाफ साइकिल के लिए है वैसे ही आपकी निगेटिव हाफ साइकिल के लिए है. तो जस्ट फॉर सिंप्लीफिकेशन वी कैन कैलकुलेट द RMS वैल्यू ऑफ आउटपुट वोल्टेज ओवर हाफ टाइम पीरियड, दैट इज फ्रॉम 0 to pi. ठीक है, 0 to pi के लिए हम दे सकते हैं. सो RMS वैल्यू ओवर हाफ साइकिल जो आपकी हाफ साइकिल के लिए कैलकुलेशन आएगी वही आपकी फुल साइकिल के लिए आएगी. डोंट वरी. सो वी कैन कैलकुलेट बाय टेकिंग ए टाइम पीरियड ऑफ पाई. सो V नॉट R स्क्वायर इज इक्वल टू 1/pi इंटीग्रेशन. यू कैन सी दैट फ्रॉम 0 to alpha द आउटपुट वोल्टेज इज 0. ठीक है, बट अल्फा टू बीटा, दिस इज अल्फा टू बीटा, वी आर गेटिंग output voltage is sinusoidal, that is following the supply voltage. So this will be V naught as a function of omega t square and this is d omega t. So it will be
1 upon pi integration alpha to beta. This will be Vm square sin square omega t, and this is d omega t. So it will be Vm square upon pi integration alpha to beta. It can be written 1 minus cos 2 omega t divided by 2, and this is d omega t. So it will be Vm square upon 2 pi, and this is alpha to beta 1 minus cos 2 omega t, and this is d omega t. Okay. Now we can also rub it, because there is no more need for this diagram. See here, this will be Vm square upon 2 pi, and when we will integrate it, it will be 1 का कितना हो जाएगा, ओमेगा टी, अपर लिमिट इज बीटा, दिस इज बीटा माइनस अल्फा, दिस इज बीटा माइनस अल्फा, माइनस इट विल बी साइन 2 ओमेगा टी डिवाइडेड बाय 2, एंड लिमिट इज अल्फा टू बीटा, like that. So V naught R square is equal to, this is Vm square upon 2 pi, it will be beta minus alpha minus upper limit is, it will be sin 2 beta minus sin 2 alpha divided by 2. So V naught R will be equal to Vm upon under root 2 pi under root of beta minus alpha प्लस माइनस कॉमन ले सकते हैं, दिस विल बी साइन 2 अल्फा अपॉन 2 माइनस साइन 2 बीटा अपॉन 2. ओके, और V naught R we can write that is Vm under root of beta minus alpha plus sin 2 alpha upon 2 minus sin 2 beta upon 2 divided by 2 pi. So this is the value of RMS voltage. Okay, in that way you can calculate the value of RMS voltage, that is beta minus alpha plus sin 2 alpha upon 2 minus sin 2 beta upon 2 divided by 2 pi. 2 pi is under the root. Okay, 2 pi is under the root. This is 2 pi. So this is the RMS value of output voltage. Now we have to determine the response of output current. Response of output current. So now we will see that the output current response, that is the behavior of output current. ठीक है, तो आपने देखा है in the waveform we have get the output current between alpha to beta. So this model of a series RL circuit is for the duration when omega t is between alpha and beta, and the voltage applied during this period, that is Vm sin omega t. ठीक है, so this is simple technique that you have also used in network theory, that this is the response of the output current when we apply the sinusoidal input. ठीक है, तो see here, now the I node of t will consist of two response, that is transient response and second is force response, जिसको हम बोलते हैं स्टडी स्टेट response. So simply we have to determine the transient response plus steady state response. So I node of t will be equal to, that is I of tr, that is the transient response, plus I of steady state. ठीक है, so we have to determine the transient response as well as steady state response. So for transient response we can write by applying KVL. This is
Ri plus L di over dt is equal to 0, because transient response is corresponding to no source or no input, because this response is also called as source free response. This is source free response, and this response is due to the initial conditions, that is initial current stored by the inductor. So whenever we will calculate the transient response, so we will keep in mind that it is source free response, means no input we are providing here. So we can solve this equation, that is L di over dt is equal to will be minus R into I, or di over dt will be equal to minus R upon L into I. So integrate both sides, you will get 1 upon I di is equal to, that is minus R upon L into dt. So integrate it both sides, you will get, that is 1 upon I, di is nothing but this is ln I is equal to minus R upon L into t, plus integration constant is k. So from here we can calculate I is equal to, take antilog, so it will be e raised to the power minus R upon L into t plus e raised to the power k. So I we can write, that is I transient, this is I transient is equal to, suppose e raised to the power k, so it will be e raised to the power k, e raised to the power minus R upon L t, ठीक है। और इसको हम लिख सकते हैं I of t r is equal to, this is suppose c1 e raised to the power r upon L into t. So this is the transient response. So transient response we have find, that is I of tr is equal to, this is c1 e raised to the power r upon L into t. Okay, this is equation 5. Simply you can apply the mathematics, you can consider it as a homogeneous equation, and in case of homogeneous equation the solution is only complementary function. So you can calculate the complementary function with the help of auxiliary equation, then you will get ITR is equal to C1 e raised to the power minus R upon L into T. Now see here the steady state response. Steady state response. So you have studied the steady state response in first year classes, that is whenever we calculate the steady state current, so that depends upon the impedance of the circuit. So if we calculate the I of SS, it will be equal to Vm upon Z, that is Im, Z is the circuit impedance, and sine this will be omega t minus phi, because this is a series RL circuit. So in that case, if this is the reference voltage, then current will lag by some angle phi. So we can write that ISS is equal to Vm upon Z sine omega t minus phi, where Z is equal to under root, this is R square plus omega square L square, and phi is equal to tan inverse omega L by R. Okay. So these are the two currents. This is the steady state current and this is the transient current. So the total response or current response I naught of t will be equal to, this is C1 e raised to the power minus R upon LT plus Vm upon Z sine omega t minus phi. Okay, so this is the response of output current. Suppose this is equation A. Now we have to determine the value of this constant C1. So for that we will apply some initial conditions. So you can see in the waveform that at omega t is equal to alpha, at omega t is equal to alpha, the output current I naught t is equal to 0, because the current is going to increase from omega t is equal to alpha and it becomes 0 at omega t is equal to beta. So flag we are taking the initial condition when omega t is equal to alpha, I naught t will be equal to 0. So apply this condition. This will be 0 is equal to c1 e raised to the power minus r upon l into t plus it will be vm upon z sin omega t की जगह क्या हो जाएगा अल्फा माइनस 5. अब see here we have to change this t because we are taking omega t is equal to alpha, so t is equal to will be alpha upon omega. So 0 is equal to c1 e raised to the power r alpha upon omega l plus vm upon z sin alpha minus 5. From here we can calculate the value of c1. c1 e raised to the power minus alpha r upon omega l is equal to minus vm upon z sin alpha minus 5. So c1 will be equal to minus vm upon z sin alpha minus 5 e raised to the power minus r alpha upon omega. ठीक है, तो substitute this value of constant in this equation, that is in equation A. You will get the complete response of output current. So see here, now I naught t will be equal to I naught of t will be equal to c1. The value of c1 is minus vm upon z sin alpha minus 5 e raised to the power minus r alpha upon omega. This is the value of only c1 into we have e raised to the power minus r upon l plus vm upon z sin omega t minus 5. ठीक है, so we can write I naught of t is equal to this positive term we can take ahead of this negative term, so this will be vm upon z sin omega t minus 5. ठीक है, minus vm upon z sin alpha minus 5 into e raised to the power, it will be minus r minus alpha. This will be, sorry, this will be here, c1 is equal to this, so this is minus, so this will be plus, so c1 will be equal to e to the power r alpha. So when it will be r alpha upon omega, so it will be e to the power r into r minus alpha upon this is r alpha upon omega. Start का. So see here, this is actually we have kept this is r upon l into t. ठीक है, तो एक बार देख लेते हैं इसको किस तरह से सिंप्लीफाई करते हैं. ये है हमारे पास e रेज टू द पावर r alpha upon omega l into e रेज टू द पावर minus r upon l into t. ठीक है, now we can write it, that is e raised to the power r alpha upon omega l into e raised to the power minus r omega t upon omega. We can write it. ठीक है, तो जब इसको हम ये लिख सकते हैं तो it will be e raised to the power r into alpha minus omega t divided by omega. This term we can write here. So it will be this will be e raised to the power r into alpha minus omega t divided by omega. ठीक है, so this is the complete response of output current, like, okay. So this is just simplification of this term. This term is r alpha upon omega l into e to the power minus r upon l into t. So we have simplified it with the help of manipulation, that is e raised to the power r alpha upon omega l into e raised to the power minus r upon l into t. So we have multiply omega in denominator and numerator, so it will be e raised to the power r omega t upon omega, because we have made the same denominator as here, so it will be e raised to the power r into alpha minus omega t upon omega. So this is equation B. Now we have determined the response of output current by using initial condition. We have calculated the value of constant C1, and this is I naught t is equal to Vm upon z sin omega t minus phi minus Vm upon z sin alpha minus phi e raised to the power r into alpha minus omega t upon omega. Now we have to determine the value of extension angle. ठीक है, so this is important part कि what will be the value of extension angle. So to determine the value of extension angle, this is beta. So how we can calculate the value of extension angle? You know, in the waveform at omega t is equal to beta, the output current I or node of t is also 0. ठीक है, आउटपुट करंट कितनी मिल रही है आपको 0, बिकॉज आउटपुट करंट इज 0 एट ओमेगा टी इज इक्वल टू अल्फा एज वेल एज ओमेगा टी इज इक्वल टू बीटा. So if you apply this condition in this equation, then you will get the value of extension angle. So apply this condition, it will be 0 is equal to Vm upon z sin omega t phi minus Vm upon z sin, this will be alpha minus phi e raised to the power r into alpha minus beta divided by omega into n. ठीक है, so from here we can calculate Vm upon z sin alpha minus phi into e raised to the power r alpha minus beta upon omega l is equal to Vm upon z sin beta minus phi. ठीक है, so this term will be cancelled out. So e raised to the power r into alpha minus beta upon omega l will be equal to, this is sin beta minus phi divided by sin alpha minus phi. ठीक है, after that take the logarithm both side, you will get r into alpha minus beta upon omega l is equal to ln of sin beta minus phi upon sin alpha minus phi. ठीक है, so from here we can calculate alpha minus beta is equal to, it will be omega l by r, ln of sin beta minus phi upon sin alpha minus phi. ठीक है, और बीटा will be equal to, this is alpha plus omega l upon r ln sin beta minus phi upon sin alpha minus phi. So in that way you can calculate the extension angle. ठीक है, and when you have calculated the extension angle, you can calculate the conduction angle, because you know alpha is equal to what? Alpha is equal to firing angle. It is firing angle. You have, because you have to trigger the T1 and T2 at a particular angle, that's why alpha is known. Now you have beta. Beta is equal to extension angle. It is extension angle. We can calculate this extension angle with the help of circuit parameters or load parameters. When L and R will be given, we can calculate the value of 5. ठीक है, तो यहां से आप सोल्व करके बीटा, इस एक्सप्रेशन को सोल्व करके बीटा की वैल्यू आप कैलकुलेट कर लोगे. सो व्हेन वी विल कैलकुलेट द वैल्यू ऑफ बीटा, देन वी हैव टू कैलकुलेट द कंडक्शन एंगल. सो कंडक्शन एंगल गामा, so gamma will be equal to extension angle minus firing angle, that is gamma is equal to beta minus alpha. This I have already discussed in very first lecture of power electronics, that is relationship between conduction angle, extension angle and firing angle. So from here you can calculate the gamma is equal to beta minus alpha. ठीक है, so dear student, आज के लेक्चर में इतना ही. So in this lecture we have derived various parameters that is output current response, extension angle, conduction angle, and the various waveforms of output voltage and output current. So in next lecture we will discuss the next topic of power electronics, that is in lecture number 50. So thank you for watching the videos, and I request you to subscribe the channel, share and like the video. Thank you.